way enemies react in a worse game. See what I played over Christmas actually? Serious Sam. Because it was on Game Pass, and I played 20 minutes and went, fuck this. Because I'd read reviews of it, and people say, oh yeah, it's a throwback to an earlier point in first-person shooter games. And I played it, like, thinking like arcade shooter. It's like, no, it's when enemies run at you in a straight line with no AI. And that's it. That's the entirety of the game, is enemies running in a straight line at you.
Isn't it basically just mow down hordes of enemies running straight line?
Yeah, there's no tactics, it's just shoot them in a straight line. They don't run, they don't hide behind, or they don't like, take cover, they don't have any like self-preservation tactics, they will just run in a straight line. And that's the entire game. And this is reminding me of that. Where there's no tactic, it is just run backwards. Like, this is what the enemies did in the original Doom. Actually no, the enemies in the original Doom had better fucking AI than this.
Yeah.
Because they would hide behind corners and shit like that. What am I doing? Oh no, I've got no shotgun left.
Rocket launcher?
Yeah, I guess I can use rocket launcher. Because like, trying to get the lock on, it just takes too much time, so I'm going to use Old Faithful. Go away. Got it. That's one.
Feel as though every time you're using
the microwave beam
instantly. Every time you're using the microwave beam, that thing is there.
Of course
that make it on you.
It does not like Doom Die, I'll get that. It's got a target and it does not like it. Oh, wrong thing I'm shooting at. You know what? So he's not going to do any damage to Sam, is it? So. I might as well just give myself some breathing space.
Yeah.
While I fight this thing, I'll do it.
You say that everything's fine.
It's all bad. That give me like
give you a bit of breathing room.
Oh no, it's out there. Just like that. Just the fucking squad coming in. Mine. No. As soon as I see it, I don't want to be near it. I don't like it. No. Oh, for fuck's sake, no health. What do I need? Give me something to fight. Give me something with low health. This thing. This thing. Insufficient fuel. Fuck off.
Yeah, you got your chainsaw back now.
I'm thinking as well, do you know what would really help for this section? The Crucible.
Yeah.
No. Fuck off. I'm just like looking for like any sort of just gap to not get killed.
I mean, why don't you just try and fight in the air?
Because if I go up into the air, that thing comes up, and I don't like it. Because look at how small the platform I'm on is. If that thing comes up there with me like it did then. Also, the thing that's following me on the ground can also climb up there.
Oh, right.
Once you're on that tiny platform, if I try and jump off in the wrong way, I can get like stun locked in between these. At least on the ground, I can like dodge around corners like this. Fuck off with that. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Super shotgun. Oh.
I don't even know what killed you there.
That thing put a pulse around me while I was chainsawing that enemy. And when I tried to super shotgun towards that thing, after freezing it to get all my health back, I died.
Oh,
because I was going.
dear.
It's the pain elementals that's the problem. Because it already has so much health anyway. Maybe I should focus. I'm just going to use both BFG shots straight away. And it's still not dead. I used two BFG shots.
Neither of us died.
I feel like they've got to be close to like low health. But the BFG, it's the BFG. Also, why don't I have the Maker anymore?
Do you not have it?
I don't have it anymore now. I don't think anymore.
I just assumed you wanted to use the BFG over it.
Oh my god. Lucas, it just won't die. Look at it. It just doesn't care. What do I do? Like, look at what I'm doing. Look at what's actually happening on screen right now.
Oh,
Fuck off! It's so annoying. I'm gonna die. I feel it. I can feel that I'm on like death's door.
you are. Oh no.
It pushed me away from the. Do you see? I was going for like the
Yeah.
first aid box, and it pushed me away. I didn't get 1 second. Lucas, I didn't get 1
Back on
second.
you.
1 second. Ah!
Fuck you.
No, no!
on,
I'm getting
just
hit!
Commit.
Just commit! Now I've got to climb up there and glory punch him. Oh no, I don't. Thank God for that. Oh, if it does this in third person, I'm gonna fucking lose my shit.
On my command, he removed me from this place.
I should have put the BFG. Oh, fuck off! The best part of Doom 2016 is when you put the BFG in the Spider Mastermind's mouth and pull the trigger in first person.
God.
That is so lame. I don't understand. Oh, well, we know why they're doing it. It's because they can show off the DLC you bought.
Yeah,
But
obviously.
it's so lame that they keep zooming out rather than showing us it in first person.
I'm really mad that Doom Guy didn't just stab that without thinking.
It should have been. He should have tried to stab it as he teleported away.
Yeah.
Oh, now fight two at once. And they've both got spirits inside them. Like, this is so lame that it's in third
They've
person.
got pain elementals coming out of everything, it's it.
Yeah.
The consequences of your actions here are irreversible.
No, I can't overstate how fucking lame it is that this is in third person.
Mm.
Oh, so there's more seraphims. What do you want? Here is the dunk it like a basketball. Just dunk it like a basketball. That's all I want. They must be waiting a long time. They could probably just hear all that gunfight in the other room. It's like, do you think we sent enough spirits in? It's like,
You just hear you screaming.
it's like, fuck's sake. There should be a glory kill against the spirits. It should just be Doom Guy hoovering up like Luigi in Luigi's Mansion. That would be a good idea if you could glory kill the spirits and they powered you up for a bit. Do you know that'd make them less? Do you know, like, quad damage? If they give you like a pseudo double damage or something, like if you kill them and in the explosion get powered up, because that way it would turn a frustrating enemy into a moment of catharsis of you being the one who's overpowered.
That'd be fair.
I want like the Dark Lord to just be a guy.
Dark Lord is the leader of Hell's armies, not a king.
Oh my god, it's gonna be a different Doom Guy.
Of the Dark
It might just be a Doom. I stop zooming in on Doom Guy's face. Oh, it is. Yeah, it's evil Doom Guy.
Yeah.
strongest who rule the demons.
That is so lame. How many games and TV shows and movies
You, in their world,
do the thing of just fight yourself? That's so lame. Because you said that as a joke, and I was thinking, well, they're not that stupid. They're not
Oh
gonna
no,
do
I
something-
didn't say it as a joke. I just saw the body and went, yeah, that's Doom Guy. Yeah.
That's so
Because
lame.
what tropey thing could I think of immediately that it would be?
That's the thing, though. It's such a bad trope. I didn't expect them to do it.
Also, apologise for the squeakiness on the chair.
Oh, it's fair enough. Like, yeah, that kind of ruins Doom Guy's story, because the whole point is that he was in hell and he's so angry that he refused to bend to their will. He fought for eons, fighting against their will, and came out stronger. The idea that, oh, if you just lived in their world, you'd be evil, kind of makes Doom Guy a shit character.
A little bit.
So they need to explain what happened there.
Well,
So go on, what are your guesses for? Because I'm thinking if you want to do if they're going for something that tropey and that hackneyed, I'm gonna guess that the story is Doom Guy decided that if I rule the demons, that the demons, as long as they're under my boot heel, they can't do as much damage than if I tried to kill them all.
yeah, that would make sense. Like the whole, oh, but if I control the evil people, then they can't do any evil.
Yeah, you know, the same thing that Samuel Hayden's backstory is.
Mm-hmm.
Something they've already done in this game and then abandoned twice. Yeah, that's kind of lame. It's going to be neat to fight Doom Guy, because I do like the idea of fighting an opponent that's just you. Something they do a lot in character action, like Devil May Cry. All the best fights in Devil May Cry are against Virgil, because he's just you.
I don't know how that works out
in this
though.
Yeah, in a power fantasy.
Because
so
is he going to pull out a BFG?
Yeah, look how annoying it is to fight the Marauder.
Mm-hmm.
And the Marauder is ostensibly like just Doom Guy. It's a thing that forces you to fight the way someone would fight you. Yeah, and that final boss fight. That's the thing, if we've seen anything new in this DLC, that was cool. Like, not like story-wise, but gameplay-wise.
We've seen new things, frustrating things.
Yeah, is there anything introduced in this DLC, gameplay or mechanics-wise, that is actually fun? Not different, not new, fun. Because I struggle to think of anything fun.
Yeah, I'm struggling.
And I know for a fact that from the Horde mode, there are new enemies that we've not seen yet that are even worse.
I would say that there's been a couple of fun, like, extra traversal bits and puzzles and stuff.
I'll tell you what, I like the traversal, so I really do like traversal in this game. When it's not overdone, because I want to say there's just as many shots of me doing the traversal well as there are me jumping up to land on a mantle pole, missing it and falling to my death.
Yeah. But no, I don't think combat-wise there's been any fun addition to the DLC at all.
It was literally until that very last combat encounter where we saw a single new glory kill. And it was an enemy I didn't even know could be glory killed. When I ripped the wings off that thing. That's the only new glory kill in the entirety of this DLC.
Because every enemy they introduce keeps being immune to things like glory kills and stuff.
Well, if you think that's bad, one of the new enemies that's presumably in the next bit of DLC is an enemy that's encased entirely in armor that you have to shoot off. And once it's been shot off, you get like a 5-second window to do damage to it. And if you don't shoot its armor off, it just takes no damage.
Oh. So I thought you were going to say, oh, it's armored, but you pick off it piece by piece and can do damage to it.
Yeah, that'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Like in the vulnerable parts, that would be fun.
Yeah, no, it comes back.
Oh.
And
so I really like enemies where you can whittle down their armor bit by bit and, like, just as I say, like, you know, take the arm off of the armor and then just keep shooting them in the arm to do damage.
It was like Halo did it perfectly, didn't it? Like, shoot the helmet off a brute and you headshot it.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But imagine that, but then the brute could put its helmet back on after 5 seconds of taking damage, and then you have to restart the entire thing again. And the way you've got to shoot its armor off is you've got to hit it with plasma weapons, so the plasma rifle, but it can also be infected by the spirit.
Yeah.
So you waste all your bullets with the thing trying to kill it, and the spirit comes out and it just affects another one. It's like, why are you doing this?
Man, they really wanted you to be using that plasma rifle.
Yeah. And it's a thing they could have solved by just making the plasma rifle better. Like, give me a mod for it that puts it in that permanently upgraded mode. Just say, oh, in hell, anything you pick up, the plasma energy is reacted differently, so it's now permanently infused.
Again, just give us a demon mod for every weapon.
Yep. That's all you have to do. Just put a little bit of text saying, ammo works differently in the demonic realm since your last visit here. Try experimenting with, like, you may find that old weapons work in new ways. Experiment to try them all. Also, what's with this music? This doesn't feel like Doom, does it?
No, I feel like a lot of the DLC stuff has just kind of been
muted. Like the final fight. Like, think about that final fight. The music in it was like almost... I didn't even notice it.
No, it's inconsequential. Whether there was much music playing or not, I didn't really notice it.
Do you know what I describe this as? This is like when you're watching the credits for a Marvel movie and you're waiting for the end credits, and you get to like 5 minutes in, and they just play like the bad, like just low humping track while you're waiting for the end bit.
And then, you know, after you've waited through those 10 minutes of extra credits, you then get a trailer that you could watch on YouTube that very same day.
Yeah.
Got it, yeah.
I love that Marvel have now. It's like we're talking about Spider-Man. Marvel have said, dropped all pretense, said, fuck it, we're just putting trailers at the end of our movies.
No, they've done that for a while. They did it after Captain America for Avengers, to be fair.
Okay, fair enough.
It's not a new thing that they've done. They just didn't have, you know, a second end credit sequence for a movie and just went, put a trailer there.
My favourite thing that Marvel have done is made, like, you can tell how desperate other companies are to emulate their success based on whether or not they put an end credit scene in.
Yeah.
And it's so funny that every movie tries to do it now. And every movie like either drops the ball because they try and do a sequel hook that no one gives a fuck about, or tries to do the inverse. Like I watched The Matrix over Christmas.
You know what, Carl? I was about to jokingly say that it's alright, you can sell me that it's The Matrix, and then it was.
Yeah, and they have a joke end credit at the end, because the end of the movie is a sequel hook.
Of course.
For a new movie. It's a sequel hook, but Lana Wachowski, I think it is, who's the writer, said, I'm not doing another one.
Right.
And the end credit scene is a...
You're right, Xbox.
Yeah. And the end credit scene, you sit on and you wait right to the end, is a deliberate piss take, making fun of the fact you're sat there waiting for them to talk about a sequel.
Of course.
In a movie that ends with a sequel hook.
And also is an unnecessary cash grab of a sequel as it is.
Yeah, and the movie's quite meta in that regard, but that just leaves a really awful salty taste in your mouth of just, if you're going to take the piss out of this concept, why would you make... And as well, it's not funny.
Yeah.
So I've talked often before, like the Wachowskis, they think they're a lot smarter than they are.
Oh, they write like it, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, and to the point where some of the people they've like, some of their heady philosophical themes they've tried to name drop in their movies have been discounted, discredited, and just laughed at by the actual philosophers they are trying to homage and reference. Like some of them have been asked, like, oh, so what do you think of The Matrix? Like they reference your work in that. It's like they don't understand.
Yeah, they've completely misinterpreted what I've said.
Which is just hilarious.
And I just find it incredible that of all movies and all franchises and all directors that would make fun of unnecessary sequel hooks, it would be Matrix, where they've had 3 completely unnecessary sequels.
Yeah.
Or like, well, maybe not unnecessary, because obviously the first Matrix did leave it open for a sequel, but just unwanted.
Yeah. The thing, like, I compare The Matrix, it's similar to Harry Potter, in the sense that the universe established is very interesting, and I would love to see it explored, just not by the person who made it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, like, the world of The Matrix is so interesting. And, like, the Animatrix establishes some really interesting ideas. Like, the Animatrix is a bunch of shorts set inside the universe.
Yeah.
And one of them is like, oh, the first person who ever woke up. Like, he's the first person to break out of the Matrix, and he's just like a world record setting sprinter. And the thing is, like, oh, is he going to be the first human sprinter to break the 9-second barrier?
Oh, yeah.
Could he do it? And he gets...
Stream, yeah.
And eventually he does it, and he runs so fast that he wakes up from the Matrix, because he basically, like when Neo and Trinity and all those, they break their limits because they understand that they're in a simulation.
Mm-hmm.
He does that without understanding it, briefly wakes up, and then breaks his own leg. Because he briefly gets superpowers, and he sees outside the Matrix for the first time. And the Matrix shits itself. It's like, we didn't expect that people could, like, reach their limits this quickly, and they have to start sending agents to follow him.
Only the most exceptional people become aware of the Matrix. Those that learn it exists must possess a rare degree of intuition, sensitivity, and a questioning nature. However, very rarely, some gain this wisdom through wholly different means. This man is one of those few.
And I thought, that's such an interesting concept. Why isn't there a movie about that? Wait, Elvis Presley got used in this? Did you see that?
Maybe this is Elvis.
Like when they were... It's one of his lesser-known tracks. So let's see what I got. I'm hoping for at least a sequel hook, even though I can just go play the sequel right now.
Mm-hmm.
Am I going to get anything? Yay! It's still the Christmas event, which shows how close to New Year's we're recording this. No sequel hook.
No, I guess the sequel hook was the last cutscene.
It was, but like, you know, normally they'd put something at the end now, or they'd at least say, wait, we'll return Ancient Gods Part 2. Is it going to boot me straight to the main menu? Oh, I guess it is. Okay, tune in next time for Ancient Gods Part 2. It's really strange that they don't continue on from one another if you have both.
Yeah.
That is kind of weird. Well, that was like, I'll say that was a whole ass deal. That's so lame.
Yeah.
Like, the design is... And I'm going to guess that he has, like, super secret demon armor. That's going to be the unlock for completing the DLC.
Oh, you know what I've just realised as well?
What's that?
The chest piece that he was wearing then, what it reminds me of is fucking squirmy, sexy Jill Valentine in Resi 5 with the bug thing on her chest to control her mind.
Well, something I want to see is, do I have, like, evil... Doom Guy as one of the skins when I bought like the DLC, or is it going to be a story unlock? Because that means we could, if it is, that might be like a spoiler for the end of the game. So let's have a look. So unless he's wearing like one of these here,
And
I want
also,
to put
I
Kratos
want
on
to
anyway.
just clarify that I don't think Jill Valentine is sexy in that game, but they clearly tried to make her sexier.
They did, yes. So potentially,
It could be that Maker Slayer.
but that looks like it's part of the Maker Slayer set, which is a separate thing. So potentially it might be that. I don't think it will be. I think he's going to get like weird Doom armor inspired by like the Marauders or something like that. And that boss fight does have the potential to be very good if it's like Dante in Devil May Cry 4, where he has access to his entire moveset, and it's like he just switches between his weapons, like, okay, he'll start with the shotgun, and then he gets the super shotgun out. Well, I'm curious to see how they handle it, but it's I'm not too confident that it's going to be all that fun, given that they've stolen or reused the joke Scott Pilgrim makes.
Nega.
Yeah,
Just
like when Scott
Nega
Pilgrim
Doom
does
guy.
it, they do it, and they even acknowledge how stupid it is by not even showing you the fight.
I would, however, love it if the end of the next DLC was a rematch of just evil Doom Guy and Doom Guy, where they go, "Oh, you're a pretty good guy. Let's just go and get some breakfast together."
You know what? All of it will be redeemed if Doom Guy the next DLC starts like 1 second after that one ended. And Doom Guy walks up and says, "Do you want to kill some demons? Like, I've been waiting years for someone to ask me that." And then you have two Doom Guys, and it's co-op.
I mean, clearly that doesn't happen, but that would be incredible.
Of course it doesn't happen. That'd be too fun, Lucas. Well, can you imagine if he goes up to him? It's either, like, there's two ways I'll accept that ending. Either Doom Guy blows his head off with a shotgun, second one, or he immediately turns around and goes, "I can't wait to kill some demons. Thanks for letting me free. I was pretending the entire time."
But
then you just have all of hell go,
it's just going to be, they're going to play it straight and Doom Guy's going to be evil.
It's just going to be a really boring boss fight. That's not fun to do.
Well, hopefully it's fun.
It's not going to be, Lucas, because like every boss fight in modern Doom games is terrible. And I was waiting for you to say, "No, that one's quite good," and then I could hear your brain thinking, and then you just decided not to say anything.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I need the toilet, and I can't really think of anything to dispute the fact they're all awful.
But no, I am looking forward to seeing where this goes, though, because we're now in absolute schlock territory, and I'm all for it. I'm all for seeing how bad this story gets.
Yeah.
Let's go.